I write a political column, but I do a celebrity show mostly. So
Well, it's so contained and restrained.
I'm sure it is.
you get my columns, don't you? Did you read the one? I just had one called Politically. Well, they did a big feature of me recently in Lifestyles magazine. Politically incorrect and loving it.
Now, what is considered politically incorrect in your?
Well, no, in Israel.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
No, I'm saying, see, it's not. It depends. I write mostly about Israel. You go today.
I see. Right. Yes.
And the newspapers there, and I see that we are giving up the country. They're doing a Chamberlain. I mean, I'm very to the right politically of that. So that's what I'm saying. When you say politically incorrect, that's where I am. But people like Ed think it's always here.
So is there a battle, like the Zionists and the? Is there a battle going on between you and somebody else, or?
Ed usually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we won't even talk about political. I got. I'm covered now because I wanted to have this on Shalom TV, which is a Jewish channel.
We don't know when this is going to air. Anne-Marie and I are going to be on television next week together on
But we don't know when this is-
CSI, but it doesn't matter because we don't know when this is going to air.
Yeah.
CSI?
Oh, yes,
We're doing CSI with my wife, with Margie.
The three of us,
Three of
yeah.
us on television together.
You're married. How many times to Margie? How many years have you and Margie been married?
17.
That which is
17 years.
Which is
That's 50 years in this
Oh,
business.
The 17-year itch.
You remember it well.
which time?
The one came after the 16-year itch.
Now, I guess that people might should have been. I mean, really, like I had Dick Van Patten late when you were on one time. He's married what, 53 years or something?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I don't know how people do it.
And I had just recently, who was it? Even Peter Falk. Do you know what? He was what, 30-something years, and she looks like she's a hottie.
Wow.
Peter
His wife,
Falk's
Peter
wife.
Falk's
Yeah.
wife, really?
You ever see her?
You've been married 37 years to her?
31 or something.
No
yeah.
kidding.
Look at her. He sent me one of his paintings after he was on the show. Have you ever seen?
He's
Peter
a phenomenal
Falk's?
artist.
Oh,
I've seen his
He's like
work,
a
yeah.
cross between Toulouse-Lautrec
It's
and
very
the
exciting.
Degas.
Degas.
Degas,
Mhm.
yeah.
Really?
Degas.
Beautiful, yeah. And just go to Peter Falk. He was
Whatever,
promoting
I'm
his
sure he has a
book,
website.
which is so nice. We have no books to promote or anything.
I can promote my new talk show. I have a talk show.
Yeah, but you didn't say you were going to have me as a guest, but it's okay.
Of course, you should come on. Ed should come on. It's all. You should.
And what am I?
You're too young. It's called Life. You're right on the. It's called Life Part 2. It's all about now that you're turning 50, 60, 70.
I could do that.
I can't be there in 20 years. No.
I was a pot roast for up until 15 years, 17
You were a
years.
pot roast?
Yeah, until I realized I was Chateaubriand.
Oh.
I did carpool.
What is?
There's nothing wrong
a
with
pot roast. I was home all day with the kids.
Oh, I
making
see what you're
pot
saying.
roast,
Yes, right,
I'm
right.
really Chateaubriand.
Well,
How many
like-
kids you got?
What?
How many kids do you have?
3
Do you really?
and 5 grandchildren. Oh, I can't say. I can't. I said that. I said camera.
Well, I mean, that's what the show's all about. Your show.
Would I
People
qualify?
start all
Yeah,
over.
people are eternally young like you are, who yet,
Yeah.
to our amazement, turn out to have grandchildren.
Well, I want to start at the knees. I told my daughter, I said, is it too late to do one? You know, this is like a last hurrah. I can start at the knees and work up.
You mean plastic surgery?
Pull everything up. When
Oh, gosh,
I get to the
no.
top, you know, make a cloning of what, snip it off, and make a clone.
Ugh.
Did you have any of those children after Atlanta?
Oh, God.
After Atlanta.
Do any of them favor Ed?
You are a sick puppy. You really are.
Why is that sick?
Besides, what he's gonna what?
Don't leave well enough alone if I were you.
There may be a paternity suit coming up.
I'm gonna go. How fast you forget because I remember nothing of this.
There are such things, blood tests.
Yeah, you and Anna Marie, what's his name?
Who?
Oh, I'm not Anna Marie. Anna Nicole
Oh.
with the blood test.
Anna Nicole, Anna Marie, same thing.
Same thing, yeah. Except her
I
name
get
is-
confused for her all the time.
I know. Well, she's listened. Both Jewish too. She's got what's his name? That guy.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Howard K.
and-
Stern.
She's got what?
And
Howard K.
Gottlieb.
Stern
Different
and
Howard
Gottlieb.
Stern. Her attorney, his name is Howard K. Stern.
AKA father of this fabulous
her
child.
child,
I did
sure.
a sort of an interview with her one time. God, was she spaced out?
Oh, that surprises me.
Yeah. not to be like normal like this crowd here.
No,
All right,
no.
so you want to give a little I don't know. You didn't turn your cell phone
Who
on?
is
This is
that?
exciting. Live
This is
television.
great. This is live. This is your
I'll
child.
get back to you.
Are you my father?
Hello?
See, we're
I'm
starting
on
the show. It's
camera
okay.
right now. I can't talk.
I was on the airplane not too long
Bye-bye.
ago, and I forgot
Your phone?
my phone.
But it didn't ring. It can't ring on the air.
Well,
I guess it could.
if we landed,
Yeah.
the guy sitting next to me says, "Lady, I think your tits are ringing.
Oh, can you say that word on
Where do
the
you keep your
show?
phone?
I
You-
just
you have a
did, I
holster?
don't know.
You have a holster in there?
No, but it's my filing cabinet. I usually keep my glasses in there. I don't know.
I would lose everything I placed in my bra. Find that.
In her case, it'd be hard to tell which tit it was.
All right, let's go back to something serious. All right, we'll talk about, I don't
Okay,
know, we'll
what's
talk
serious?
about, you know, grandchildren. He's got a young...
I have a 16-year-old
he's got-
son who's driving.
So does Ed. Can you believe this?
What?
How old's your kid?
Which kid?
I say, these men out here, they're 55 years old, they sit there and say, I think I'll have a child. And I sit there and think, wonderful, they can go visit you in the old age home when they're...
My youngest is 19.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, what's he doing?
He's in school in Chicago.
Which school?
Roosevelt, he's just taking a couple of courses.
How old are your oldest?
They're twins, boy, girl, 43.
You're I never knew they were twins.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
And the daughter I'm going to visit is the girl twin, and she had boy-girl twins.
Oh,
And they didn't even do the
2
in
years
vitro.
old.
Oh, how adorable.
Anybody back in your family? Because in those days, they didn't do in vitro.
That's adorable.
I did it the hard way. I had 3 in 2.5 years.
Oh,
My
Oh, you
dad-
got twins?
No, I did 3 kids in 2.5 years.
Oh,
you just
my
pop them
God.
out
See,
like.
I know he came from like a.
You were
country
dilated the whole time.
town. No, 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
It was. we
You were
didn't
at
go
9
there later. It was
centimeters
sad.
for
It was
3.5 years.
2.5 years.
Oh, even worse.
I
Oh
know.
my God. That makes me hurt.
So anyhow,
And me.
how am I?
Consider-
You know,
One of them
speaking
could
of
be
that,
yours.
my high school buddy graduated together. I was talking to him, and he's feeling great because he had a replacement urinary sphincter. So I
What is that?
Well,
You mean the
know,
sphincter, but
You know, when you get to be my age, you dribble a lot.
Yes, well.
I didn't know that. I'm
leak,
so
do
glad you shared this with us, though. This
Well,
is
I mean, for all those leaking people who are watching.
and we're not
I
talking
mean,
about gossip.
No.
We're talking about leaking.
There's hope. There's hope.
Really?
So
This is
my problem gets worse, then I know how to solve it.
Is
Is
that
that
like?
the sphincter, not the prostate?
The sphincter.
Wow. That's-
I thought the sphincter controlled other leaking.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really confused now.
Yeah, that was
No,
like the
you have a
tushy part.
urinary sphincter, and I think you have
And the tushy
an anal
part.
Oh,
sphincter.
is that right? I did
I
not
think
know
so.
that.
I didn't know that.
Twins.
So, so you can actually have the sphincter improved or replaced.
Yeah,
How did my
yeah.
show get down to this?
Well, but that's very helpful.
Well, so-
Who knew?
Did you know that? I mean, all I known all my life is watching June Allison sell Depends.
I'm exercising my sphincter right now to avoid all of that.
Men and women both have twin sphincters.
We have Kegels. Don't we?
Excuse me?
My friend is not an anomaly.
All these big words, I'm not even sure what the hell they're talking about. Sphincter, anomaly, erudite, I don't know what the other word you said.
Erudite.
Oh,
Erudite.
I knew it was something like that, all right.
Well,
I mean,
once you get erudite, then you can get anomaly.
I was telling someone the other day about how they were a thespian, and they thought I said lesbian.
Lesbian,
And we went on for 10 minutes. She says, I didn't know that. I thought, oh, yeah, you didn't know? She's a big...
She's a
Is
big.
that-
Claude Pepper lost an election in Florida because his opponent kept talking about Claude Pepper's sister, who was a thespian up in New York.
Oh no!
And they all took it to be lesbian.
Did you hear that Mary Cheney
Had a baby.
Had a
has
baby.
had a baby? Isn't that sweet?
5 years ago.
And she's been with recently.
No.
She just had it. Oh, 5 years ago.
Yes.
That's right. You're right. It's
What?
entering elementary school.
Yeah.
And she's been with the same woman for 15
What are you talking
years.
about, 5
20
years?
years.
Well, because this could play, this particular episode could play
Right.
in 5 years.
It's going to run. It's
It runs
running on
forever.
Forever.
Long after we're all gone.
This baby, don't laugh. I'm still running. I'm running Steve Allen shows.
Oh, well,
Because
but that's
these are
like
good shows.
great.
I've got
Those
about
are
7, 8
great.
shows, which you should run up there at SAG. I mean, I've got all these things. I have.
But they're
Steve-
not SAG-covered shows. We can't promote shows that are not
You know, all right, but
SAG-covered shows.
Steve had me in his office when I first moved it many times. When I come in town, he'd order lunch. For some reason, he like my writing. I mean, and I have hours of Steve and I
He
talking
was very
at lunch.
entertaining.
No, at lunch at his office.
Well, I'm
So you could
I'm
cut
assuming
those
the
and make
family have you given those
No,
tapes to the family?
because it's just my tape in his office with
Yeah.
talking about his life and
You
things
knew
like
Steve.
So,
that.
yeah, such a distinguished man. I just hated the way he went.
It was awful. But you know, the things I
It
said-
was stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
It was
really
so.
was.
All he needed to do was just go to the
Well, he
emergency
didn't
room
know.
and stay.
No, it was like
No, I
internal-
fault the. Didn't they have
It was
an
internal
ambulance
bleeding.
at
He
the
didn't
time?
even know. He just, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. When he went to emergency,
They
did
let him
spo-
go.
They did?
Yeah, that's what's so terrible about it. He was feeling fine, and they
He
said,
was so
"Okay."
incredible. He came on my show and he'd sit there with a little tape recorder.
He's so
And
funny.
he'd write a book where he was sitting there, you know, sitting
He-
during my show.
He was
Very
really
nice man,
brilliant.
too. I did a
Yeah.
talk show with him once. We talked for a little bit, and he
So
sent me all
nice.
these old recordings of his. He just was
Well, he did
Very
he did the
generous
song.
guy.
Very
He wrote-
generous guy.
Very generous.
But
He
look
wrote
at
my
look at the
song.
talent he had on that show. That was an
Amazing.
unbelievably star-studded show.
He wrote the song for my show, and it's so funny because the first one he wrote,
Oh.
I didn't like it. It was like elevator music, and I said, Steve, I said, it's not like elevator music.
Wow, so he
So
wrote.
he says, all right, so he wrote this song.
Oh, that's
You know,
great.
so my friends are saying, only you
Could
would
get
have the
Steve
chutzpah
Allen.
to call Steve Allen and say, I don't like the first one, make me another one.
He wrote da 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 da
He wrote Picnic.
something.
He wrote
Something
Picnic.
gotta
And,
give.
and a little trivia thing too. I'm going to see some of
gotta
Pat
give.
Boone tomorrow. And did you know Pat Boone wrote the song from Exodus on the back of a Christmas card?
What?
The words.
Oh, the words to Exodus.
Yes. The back of
Abraham
a
Lincoln
Christmas
wrote the
card.
Gettysburg Address on a napkin.
We do some little trivia show here or there. I mean, do you have anything before we end up? Do you have any little words of wisdom you want to show, Ed?
Well, Pat Boone always eats his dessert first.
I didn't know
Really?
this.
Wow.
Oh wait, they're giving me this. I have to tell you, the funniest show I ever had was with Pat Boone and Michael Lerner. If you could picture
Oh,
the two
I
of
love
them.
that.
And with that, folks, oh, I can't believe we should.
What
stay
about
here
Pat
do
Boone and
something.
Michael Lerner?
They were on a show
We're on
together.
a show together, and Michael Lerner. I'm not going with that Jesus freak. Yes, you are. You're going to behave. And with that, folks, I am so glad you came into my show. Was it not interesting? Is it
It was
always
fun.
interesting? Yes. Smile, Ed.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Thank you, Arlene.
keep coming back and.
It works if
wow.
you work it.
That's
all.
right.
No, you got to sit there. You can't leave yet.
It works if you work it. That's right.
Don't you want to hear the show?
Yeah, okay, now I'll hear. Wait, hold on.